lean with it, walk with it, lean with it, walk with it.
Oh, we live. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of our sports segment from The Cave. Before we begin, make sure you check us out at k4v3.com/5P0RT5. That's sports. That's k4v3.com/5P0RT5. And don't forget to pick up something up from our sponsors at SafeLightCandle.com. SafeLightCandle.com sells LED fixtures for your home studio or workspace. Visit SafeLightCandle.com so you can stay lit for the low. Now, let's start the episode. Before we get started, I'm going to introduce our hosts. I am Proper. And then we got our boy right here, Legit Naro, and Feel the Burn. What's up, everybody?
Yo.
Welcome. Say what's up, guys. Okay, Naro got nothing to say. He's just,
what's up?
there you go. God, add some character, add some flair into this. Jesus Christ.
What's cackalacken?
Let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and dump into the Week 6 recap. A lot of upset. Well, not a lot, but I know Zach's got something to say for his team with the upset. But let's go ahead and bring up that score list, and just run it down real quick. First up, we got Dallas and the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego. Guys, you got anything that you want to talk about that game? I mean, I'm just surprised. I think we all chose the Chargers for that one, didn't we?
Yep.
Dallas came back and stole the show, and we saw that fan just going through a range of emotions. Marianne Doe.
Oh, I heard
in the highlight of the whole thing. And there's a whole lot of controversy saying, oh, she's wearing Vikings, but apparently she said she's actually from Minnesota, been in LA for the past 20 years, so she rocks both the Chargers and the Vikings. So what is your guys' take on the Dallas Cowboys coming from behind, taking that win from the Chargers?
They're the Cowboys. I mean, we're at this point where I feel like things are kind of starting to settle in, right? We're starting to, everything's kind of starting to make sense, right? Mm-hmm. We're starting to find our midway teams. We're starting to find the big teams. We're starting to find the crap teams, right? Mm-hmm. And the Cowboys are doing the same shit that they always do. They'll have some really good games, and they'll have some really bad games, and they'll have games like this where they're not really good, but they'll kind of eke out a win near the end. I will say that I was watching Justin Herbert was not feeling comfortable at all that whole game, which was wild to me because he looked like he could have been comfortable. Like I felt like he should have been comfortable, and he was not. Like his throws were just super off all game. So, I mean, the Chargers are a super inconsistent team, so the fact that Dallas beat them by 3 makes sense. That's a Dallas thing to do. So.
Yeah.
It was really unfortunate that the hype going into this game was like, oh man, like if you have any players left on your teams, like if you got Keenan, Herbert, Eckler, CeeDee Lamb, even Dak to an extent, like Tony Pollard, you're going to get some fantasy points tonight, and ended up with 37 points total scored. So kind of surprised. Some people would say it was, the defense has stepped up from both teams. Some would say that the offenses didn't look right. For the flip side, for the counter argument of that, just like Naro was saying with Herbert, he missed Keenan a couple times in the game on some big throws that he normally hits, and it was uncharacteristic of Herbert for sure. For all the crap that Staley's defense got, first couple of games, they seem to be kind of settling in there a little bit, holding Dallas to 20 points. For me, we would have, if you would have told me that 3 weeks ago that the Chargers are going to hold them to 20, I think that would have been a huge win for that defense, depending on how everyone was, or based on how everyone was talking back then. But yeah, that place was rocking. I know Francis was in the building, so was I. It was a fun atmosphere for sure. Unfortunately, Dallas made a couple more plays than the Chargers did, and that was the difference in this game. And that's what's going to happen in the NFL. Like Naro said, everyone's kind of settling in a little bit here, and we kind of know with certain teams who they are at this point and what we can expect from them. And yeah, dude, it's hard to win football games in the NFL. So shout out to Dallas for getting that done.
Oh, definitely hard, especially if you're the Carolina Panthers on the next game, still winless, 0-6 against the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins would have a dominating win over the Carolina Panthers, 42-21. Not much needs to be said on that one. I mean, you already know you're the worst team in the NFL going against one of the top tier teams.
Yep.
Not much to say about you there. We got Minnesota against the Chicago Bears. Minnesota squeaking out of that game 19-13. Was there anything you guys liked in particular that game? Or?
Not that I liked, but Justin Fields, I think, has a fractured thumb on his throwing hand.
Yeah.
So that's not good. So, just to pile on to the rant from last week about injuries, like they're still happening.
Right.
So, there's a couple of bad ones this week too. Damian Harris and
David Montgomery.
Some tough ones.
There's some key injuries, man.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with all the hype around Minnesota, they should have beaten Chicago a little bit harder than they did. But again, Minnesota's going to do Minnesota things just like Dallas does Dallas things.
Yeah, I mean, there are two teams going into the matchup with only one win. Something's got to give. Minnesota came on top, 2-4. Chicago drops to 1-5. Now, next up, we got Seattle versus Cincy. I believe we all chose the Bengals to win this one. I mean, nothing really crazy.
No, I picked the Hawks, I think.
Oh, you chose
the
the Hawks.
Yeah, we were split 50-50 on this. Hawks, Bengals.
Okay, we'll get over that.
It was an ugly game, man.
Hitters. Yeah, we'll go over that before we get to the quick hitters. But yeah, so Cincinnati with just like I said, just squeaking by on that win against the Seattle Seahawks. Nothing too crazy. Jamar Chase managers obviously getting frustrated again, low numbers. With the excitement of last week, we all thought that we'd see some impressive numbers this week, but he kind of flattened out in that game. Now we got Baltimore against the Tennessee Titans, 24-16. Do you guys have anything to point out between those two?
Just it was in London.
Yep, another London matchup.
It was a bounce back game for Baltimore. They lost to the Steelers the week before. Baltimore kind of needed to come out and smoke Tennessee in order to kind of get the safe face. That's pretty much all it was. Tennessee, they're going to do Tennessee shit. So
isn't that like a template plug-in for any team? Dallas gonna do Dallas things.
No.
Tennessee things.
There's like certain teams, right? It's right. Dallas, Tennessee, Minnesota, Vegas, and Atlanta.
Philadelphia. Excuse me, sorry.
Okay. Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
Speaking of London games, Jacksonville finally returned stateside against the Indianapolis Colts. Everyone thought they would have that jet lag and maybe lose this game, but they came out on top 37-20. How do you guys think the Jacksonville Jaguars are looking now, advancing to 4-2? Because I know there was kind of expectations in the earlier, kind of hoping that they'd do pretty well, but it looks like they figured something out, in my opinion. But I want to hear what you guys think of this team now.
I don't know what to make of them, to be honest with you. I mean, like 1 week they'll look like the potential AFC champion Jacksonville Jaguars that some people had as like a part of their early season predictions for the season, and then other games they'll shit the bed and lose, and it's like, how did they lose that game? So they're kind of a topsy-turvy team for sure. So I don't really know what to make for them, but when you're at 4-2 right now, I think they're a game behind Kansas City for home field advantage, and Miami. So like they're still in the thick of it. They're right there.
Okay. Good input on that. Now, what about you, Naro? My bad.
No, you're good. I think Jacksonville. I don't think Jacksonville is going to compete for home field. I think that home field is going to go to the Bills. I think that Jacksonville is going to be a low-end playoff team, kind of like they were last year. I don't think that if they win in the playoffs this year, it's going to be a surprising win, because I think Jacksonville is a decent team, and they do have a really good offense if they can get it kind of together. So I feel like Jacksonville is going to be a solid team throughout the year. I think that they've had a couple of bad games under their belts, but I think we should expect to see some decent things from Jacksonville going forward.
Yep, that's a fair analysis on that. I agree on that. So going forward, we have two 3-3 teams facing off. The Saints versus the Texans, 13-20. Lackluster game, in my opinion. I kind of caught some of it. It wasn't anything exciting to watch. And for Zach over here, the next one, San Francisco against the Cleveland Browns, 17-19. Other than the injuries, which is an obvious point, what went wrong on San Francisco's end? Because yes, you lose your two dominant players on offense, but I feel like they still had enough tools to win this game. What went wrong with this?
So other than the injuries and questionable officiating and West Coast team going and playing a 10 a.m. game and a rookie kicker, everything was fine. It was a typical, Niners holding the team to under 20 points and doing what they were supposed to do, being in position to win a game, and hey, just missed a kick, man. But yeah, I hate to be that guy, but
be that guy.
It's the second incident or the second instance in the last 10 months that if the Niners would have been healthy, could have been a different story. So it is what it is. I feel like I heard that McCaffrey's injury isn't deemed to be serious, so he might not miss too much time. For fantasy purposes, I did pick up Mason in a bunch of leagues, so I wouldn't mind if McCaffrey sits another week. They play Monday night against Minnesota. I really want to see McCaffrey get healthy, completely healthy, because obviously you can see how big of an impact he is on this team. I think the bigger story for this whole game is Cleveland. That defense is legit. They were causing havoc all game. They were pressing the issue and getting pretty uncomfortable all game, even without McCaffrey and Debo on the field. Like, there was a good chunk of that game that McCaffrey was playing, and they were having a hard time getting a first down. So aside from their first drive where they had everybody there on the field, like, that was their best looking drive until the last drive to get in the field goal range. But yeah, man, Moody missed a kick at the end, and he's a rookie, and we'll hopefully see him get better for it. He was pretty clutch in college, so and he just barely missed that kick. But that's how football is. It's a game of inches, and unfortunately for the Niners, they were on the wrong side of those inches on Sunday. So
well, for the 49ers, if they were to sit McCaffrey another game, they could very much afford to do so, and they're only facing the Vikings, like you said, so yep. They can manage that, and I think the safe route is obviously to sit them. But yeah, Naro, you obviously had a quick comment on Zach's reasoning as to why the Niners fell short. What's that? What, the whole 10 a.m. thing? Is that?
I'll get into it. There's supposed to be a focus slide.
Yeah, we'll get there. Okay, let's move on. We got
might be a dual rant system. Then I don't know. We'll see.
Here we go. We got the Commanders against the Falcons. Commanders take the win, 24-16. How do you guys feel about Desmond Ridder?
I feel worse about him this week than last week. For sure. Yeah. He did not look good on Sunday. It felt like Washington gave Atlanta quite a few attempts at the end of that game to come back in and score a touchdown, and it probably pushed it overtime, but for Atlanta doing Atlanta things, I guess.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, let's plug that in again, right? No, the reason why
Atlanta was one of the teams.
That's what
they can't get the football, like they just don't. They can't football
right. Well. Yeah.
They can't football well. They'll
I love it.
They don't football
really good, but they can't just like. I don't think that Desmond Ridder is a G. I think he's an okay quarterback. I think he could be just as good as Matty Ice. I didn't think Matty Ice was that good, by the way. He just had a really good. In that era, in that time around him, Matt Ryan was a good pocket quarterback, which is what it was in that era, and he had some decent receivers, and the Falcons weren't terrible when he got there. So they did okay, but to think about it, the Falcons did mediocre while Matt Ryan was there as well. I don't think Desmond Ridder is in that era at all. I think Desmond Ridder is not as good as Matt Ryan, and I don't think Matt Ryan was good. So that's what I gotta say.
Damn,
that's fair. We got next up the Arizona Cardinals versus the Los Angeles Rams. Rams advance to 3-3. Arizona drops down to 1-5. The only thing that I have to say here is that Francis was asking, should he start Puka? I told him, yeah, but he had a pretty silent game in this one, which was surprising. Thought he would have another breakout game. He's been proving that he can very much ball, but against the Cardinals, he didn't perform very well. You guys have anything you guys want to add to this game?
One thing. Cooper Kupp is a fucking G.
Yes.
Dude, hasn't missed a step. Glad he got put on an IR now, like, to make sure he was healthy. Cough. Niners, do that with McCaffrey if you need to. But dude, yeah, unfortunately for Puka owners and for, Francis, Cooper Kupp is still Cooper Kupp. So that was really good to see. I think he had a slight injury scare in this game. If I'm not mistaken. He got to get pulled out for a series, but he still ended up with over 20 fantasy points and like nothing. He didn't miss a step. So, that Rams team might be a team to watch in the NFC.
Was this Kupp's first game back? Or was it
second game?
Second, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that Puka is going anywhere.
No.
I think that that was his first bad game out of the entire season. Even last week, I think he still put up 20 points. So, Puka is still someone I would still personally keep him in your lineup, and we'll talk about that later. I think
he's still flex-worthy. He's still very much flex-worthy in my opinion.
He's pretty flexible for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, should I say it like what Naro's going to say? Cooper Kupp's going to Cooper Kupp. Next up, we got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Jets. No wonder Francis didn't show up to today's episode because the Eagles got their first loss against the Jets. The Jets stole the game in the last minute or so. You guys, what's the Jets doing over here that shocked the Eagles?
Do you hear that? It's the world's tiniest violin, baby. Upset city this week. For the record, we can go back and play the tape from last week's quick hitters. I was seriously contemplating picking the Browns and the Jets. I was mulling on it, dude. It took me forever to get those out because I was like, wait a minute. This feels like we're being set up here. Something's fishy. Didn't pick them, obviously, because I need to get back into the winning column because I had some rough weeks. But this was a game that I definitely could see the Eagles dropping on the road. The way that the Jets played against Kansas City convinced me a little bit that there's something still there. Zach Wilson had a good game that Sunday night, and I felt like if their defense could remain stout and keep them in ball games like it did, they held the Eagles to fucking 14 points. Dude, that's impressive. But the biggest thing of all is the Jets made the Eagles change what they wanted to do as a team. Like, at the end of that game, that didn't look like the Eagles were playing football. Like, Eagles football, like we've known for the last, X amount of games since Hurts has been there. They look different. And the Jets pressed the issue and made it happen. The offense did just enough to keep them in the game. And there was some questionable decision-making, not going for field goals here and there. But, because of that, they were able to just kind of play rope-a-dope with them all game long. And then they finally got that huge interception in the other game. And, yeah, that was crazy. For all the shit Jets fans get and how, certain fans don't like to give other fans, like, oh, I feel bad for you. Like, I was kind of happy to see the Jets now start to climb back out of that depression that they've been in with losing Aaron in week 1, series 1. And now they're, what is that, 3-3? They're still in it too.
And they're big teams that they're taking down and competing with. It's not like crappy teams. Like, they beat the Bills.
Yep.
They were really close with Kansas City.
Speak on it, Nora.
They beat Philly. So I don't think that the Jets are a bad team at all. I think if they can, they kind of just need to. I think the Jets are finding their identity as a team. Mm-hmm. Last year they were kind of like, oh shit, are the Jets going to do something? Right? And I think that this new head coach is doing a very good job. I think that the Jets are finding an identity. If they can figure out their offense just a little bit more, the Jets are going to be a good team within the next 3 to 5 years, as long as everything kind of stays together. I don't think at this moment in time they're going to be in that playoff spot, but they could be one of those teams that's in the hunt at the end of the year that could be like, oh shit, they could ruin someone's season.
I mean, just to touch on the whole finding their identity thing before we move on to the next score, I do agree. I think it's important for them to find this identity now, because obviously the whole hype was that they were going to have Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, this team would be a lot different if Aaron Rodgers was still playing. But I think it's important, like you said, to find this identity now while struggling to find it, because even though Aaron Rodgers does come back, you don't know how long this guy's going to play. And so you need to get used to playing with what you have now. And I think Zach Wilson should relish in this moment and develop under this. Like you said, they played big teams and they came very close. So this team is very much there, and that defense is pretty good. It's just that offense needs to get things clicking. So I think there's a lot in store for the Jets this season. I think they might come around and shock the league and maybe pull some Cinderella story. Who knows? And it's something the Jets fans deserve, because that Jets team has been cursed for the longest time. But we'll see what happens out of there. Yeah. Let's see what happens out of that. Next team we got Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
They win?
Broncos. Oh. No. I mean, here's one thing.
They had a shot, right?
I was impressed with how they held them down in the red zone. No red zone scoring for the Kansas City Chiefs. Held them below 20. But this time, the defense played well, and now the offense was terrible. A lot of ducks thrown by Russell Wilson, a lot of batted down balls, costly interceptions. It's just when one side of the ball does well, the other side tends to shit themselves. I don't know what to say about this, but Mahomes also didn't do very well either. I mean, he had his safety blanket in Travis Kelce. Maybe it's a Taylor Swift effect. She was in there.
Oh my
Maybe
God,
she granted them that win. I shouted that out for Zach. But like I said,
shake it off, Nara.
Yeah, it was just
that score doesn't reflect how close that game actually was.
Yeah,
that game was close.
Denver had the opportunity to win that game a couple of times.
Yeah,
game was a lot closer than that score portrays.
Yeah, the defense kept them in it, and the offense just couldn't produce. That's just the story of the game. But moving on, we got the New England Patriots against the Las Vegas Raiders, 21-17. Easy pick for all of us. What do you guys think of that game? Oh, you chose the Patriots, right?
Zach chose the Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
Zach chose the Patriots.
Every time you choose the bad, we talked about it last week. Every time you choose the bad,
that is true.
Dude.
Bro, they had a shot to win this game, too.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about this game.
Yeah,
I thought Belichick was gonna get the best of McDaniels in this one, and fuck, he didn't. So I don't know. I don't know what to do about either of these teams. I don't know if they're good or not. I have no idea.
Jimmy just keeps getting hurt.
He needs to go bang another porn star or something. I don't know.
Dude, which is funny because we talk about his contract this offseason. He's got a weird contract with an injury clause, and he continues to get hurt. It's wild.
Jimmy Pornstar keeps getting hurt. All right. Detroit Lions versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We win 20-6. Detroit's just looking very, very well-rounded team right now, taking wins in a very convincing fashion. It's not like they got fluke wins. They actually their offense is putting together very well. I'm actually impressed with seeing this. Like I said in the other episodes, that I like what they're doing, and I hope that this team can go further into the postseason. Would like to see them there. What do you guys think about the Lions?
Detroit should be undefeated. They should have beat the Seahawks.
Seattle.
At the end of the Seahawks game. Or a questionable non-call at the end of the Seahawks game. But they were
questionable non-calls in every game.
Dude,
just kidding.
They were beating the Seahawks by like two touchdowns or something like that. Like, the Lions are not a team to be played with. They are a good ass team. And they are 100% going to make some noise going into the end of this season. We'll talk about playoffs when the time gets there.
Yes, sir.
I want to go on record and say that I was mistaken last week. I said that the Lions were the second best team in the NFC. They're the best team in the NFC.
Ooh.
So there we go. Eagles dropped 3, Niners dropped 2.
Lions.
Jinx, there's no such thing as jinxes.
You were hyping
no,
the Giants,
no.
and what happened to the Giants?
Okay. Not like I'm hyping the Patriots either and trying to pick them to win every week. That's not a thing. They're just losing. I have no control over this. All right, I'm just a guy.
Okay.
Lions are the best team in the NFL. How about that? I'll even go further because they beat the Chiefs.
Oh, hot take.
You see the commercial with the guy who like hangs out in this specific chair every week, and George Kittle was like, "Oh yeah, my buddy Darren, who with him in his chair." He's like, "Yeah, Tracy, did you hear that? It's because of my chair."
I have not seen that commercial, but I will be watching that after the show.
Moving on to the Sunday night football game against the New York Giants versus the Buffalo Bills was an ugly game, really, from the Buffalo offense. But hey, they pulled out the win. What were the Giants doing? I mean, everyone thought this was just going to be easy win for the Bills at home, but obviously it's not that far for the Giants to travel. What were the Giants doing to make this so difficult for Josh Allen and company?
They were getting screwed by the refs in this game too, as well. There was a non-call holding at the end of that game. I think these refs get, well, I guess especially except for the Monday Night Football game, but maybe the Sunday Night Football game motivated the officials on Monday night to throw more flags. But those dudes on Sunday did not want to throw consecutive flags in the end zone. Maybe if they were in New York, they would have done it. I mean, sorry, yeah, in New Jersey. My apologies. If the Giants were the home team and not Buffalo, because Buffalo is the only New York football team, for the record. But since they were in Buffalo, maybe they didn't want to throw it twice because they would have gotten mercilessly booed, even though it was warranted. Darren Waller was held on that last throw, and it should have been a holding call, another untimed down, and the Giants should have won that game. So I know a lot of people don't like to talk about flukes and this and that, blah, blah. I usually just give myself a week and then I move on. So I'm still kind of like, I get really upset about officiating, about bad officiating. Not enough to go on a rant like tomorrow, but enough to where like I don't like bad sports. So like when bad shit happens in sports that are like that could have been prevented or officials could have been better, like it just grinds my gears. Can we just have a perfect game where no one gets hurt and the refs make the right calls and there's no fucking dumb turnovers and just bad decision making? Like that'd be awesome.
Only in a perfect world. Only in a perfect world.
Can't we all just like love sunshine and rainbows and flowers and just all get along?
Yeah. Well, moving forward, let's put a little more emphasis on a game for Zach right here. You get a little mini rant you could do, but let's break this down. Or we could go here. Philadelphia with the New York Jets. Francis is not here, so
yeah.
I mean, it's the shock of, two really big upsets of the weekend. This one, I was watching on my phone. I thought the Eagles were going to put this one away. The Jets come back and take the win. What were they doing? What were the Eagles doing? Why did they put this game away, guys?
They stopped playing Eagles football, and they had every opportunity to just be the physical ground and pound team that they've been, for at least this season too. And they decided to have Jalen Hurts throw 45 times in the game when he didn't need to. Don't know why the game plan changed. I really don't. I can't wrap my head around how they let that game slip away from them. And unfortunately, Francis is not here. But I think if he was here, he'd probably say something like, well, fuck, man. Sometimes, this shit happens in the NFL, and you just can't explain it, But hey, like we're still the Eagles, and fly Eagles fly, baby.
No, this is gonna be something like that right here. I love it.
Give me all of it.
Give me all of it. Love it.
Zach said we're the third best team in the NFC. I love it.
I love it.
Pull up on me. I love it.
Oh, dude, this. You know what though? This showed a lot from both teams. It showed that the Eagles, their offensive concerns are legitimate. It wasn't just the beginning of the season type. Oh, okay, they have to get under. Like the offense, they need to kind of get their shit figured out. They have a lot of weapons. They have a lot of things that they can do, and
they got Julio Jones now.
They got. That's not going to make much of a difference, but all right.
Yeah. They're trying to bolster up.
Yeah, but like it's just not like they're getting exposed. They almost got exposed by the Pats, which was wild. And the Jets exposed them because the Jets have a good defense. So the Jets exposed their offense, and now they need to get some shit figured out and kind of get it laid out because they have the offense to do it. They just need to get back to Eagle football and not let another team mess with their mojo. On the other hand, though, now we have to really, like I said earlier, we have to really watch out for the Jets. The Jets are going to be season ruiners for teams. They're going to mess some stuff up because the Jets have a good defense. If their offense can start gelling, the Jets are going to be a very good. Let me take that back. A very decent team. Not very good. There's some stuff that need to get figured out on the Jets area, but that is a good team, and that defense is going to mess up a lot of season. It could have already messed up the Bills season for sure, because that is a game that the Bills could have won. The Bills definitely could have beaten Jacksonville too, but we'll talk about that later when the time be. But you can't take the Jets lightly anymore. You're not going to roll them like you.
Yep. And before we move on to the next game, I want Zach just do another Francis impression right now before we to wrap this one. That shit was pretty funny.
Man, I don't know what else to say about the Eagles except fly Eagles fly, baby, on the road to victory. Let's go.
Love it.
I love it.
Pull up on me.
Pull up on me.
All right. Next up, Zach. I'm sorry, man. 49ers upset by the Browns.
It's funny because I downplay what happened in this game because it's so easy to just like injuries, officiating, rookie kicker. But like this loss pissed me off, dude. And I saw it coming too. I was watching this game and my son pointed it out. He was like, "You jinxed them," and I was like, "It's not a thing. Shut up." But when the Niners were driving at the end of that game, and it just I was like, I've seen this movie before. I've seen this happen.
Was it
where
Final Destination?
No, I think it was more like like Sixth Sense, you know.
Okay.
I see field goal kickers miss kicks at the end of games they should win. And
you should have put some money on that.
You can't. However, it just that drive that they came back on, like they were starting to hit plays, and I was like, how come they didn't try that play 4 series ago when nothing was working, and now all of a sudden they're just going to do that play? Maybe it was because the Browns are just playing to make sure that the Niners didn't get into field goal range. Mm-hmm. But like Ayuk finally broke one, and I was like, geez, thanks. Could have used that a while back. Could have used that to ice the game. Because the Niners did have the ball with a chance to get a first down or two to ice that game. So like the Browns wouldn't have even got the ball back, and then the refs wouldn't have even had to throw that flag for that bogus, unnecessary roughness on a defenseless receiver who knew he was going to be defenseless and then like already tucked to protect himself. But hey, it is what it is. It happens bang bang, so got to make the call. But yeah, it was just when I was mulling over this game, I kind of felt like this was something that could happen with the Niners. That West Coast traveling east for a 10 o'clock game is a real thing. As much as everyone wants to say that, like, I'm serious, dude. It's a thing. It's a thing. It happens. When the Seahawks were at their peak, they would lose games like this because they would have to go play at 10 a.m. in New York and play the Bills, and it would just be like, all of a sudden they're not the Seahawks anymore. It happens. But we know this, and how this still keeps happening for these teams, especially teams like the Niners that are good and well run. Like, they should have stuff in place to be able to prepare for the dreaded 10 a.m. West Coast going east stuff. But hats off to the Browns. This is not the Browns team that we all thought they were going to be going into the season. Their record should be better as well. They blew that game against Pittsburgh. But that
Pittsburgh defense ate that team alive.
Nick Chubb got hurt, and let's just be honest about this, all right?
Anything. Jerome Ford was going ham, and we still ate that team alive.
Well, he was going ham because no one prepped for Jerome Ford. They were prepping for Nick Chubb. But that defense, I want to make sure that we're all in agreement on this. Like, I hope everyone understands. The Cleveland Browns defense is legit. It is a Super Bowl caliber defense. If their offense can be worth a shit, they're going to make noise as well.
Yeah, and Super Bowl defense, but a wild card offense.
I can see that. I can see them being similar to the Lions of last year, but except the difference is the Browns are winning games early. The Lions didn't last year.
Fair take. What about you, Naro? I mean, you've been holding back your comments about
I was
reasoning, so let off, go off, homie, go. Let's go.
Okay, we're gonna push to the next slide so we can go off.
I understand that the 10 o'clock game is a real thing, and I know that it messes with teams. I definitely feel that. I don't think that's the reason why the Niners lost. I really think that the reason why the Niners lost is because of injuries. There's really nothing that they can do about that, and I will say that injuries really kind of screwed with the Niners this game. Because without two key players in there, like it wouldn't have really have been that big of a difference. Like, I really think that the Niners would have beaten the Browns comfortably. They wouldn't have blown them out, but they would have beaten the Browns comfortably. I know too much about the Browns being in the AFC North for so fucking long. The Browns are not a good team. They're not. They're not a good team. They're not. Deshaun Watson is not anything. Their defense is the same defense they've always been. They're good sometimes. They're dog shit other times. I don't think that they're anything. Now, here's what I will say. I think that their defenses, when it comes to the assets that are on the defense, I don't think that that's an issue. I think that the defense needs to have a little bit of a better I don't know, dude. They're just it's really hard to explain. I've seen the Browns do this so many times, man. They'll do this thing where their defense will play really good, and then the defense plays like absolute dog shit.
They are a lot better. Naro thinks the Browns sucks.
I do. I don't ever think that the Browns are good. The Browns are going to be last in our division.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, dude.
The Bengals are going to be last.
That division is so good, dude. I'm excited for the AFC North. I don't know why I ever doubt the AFC North. They always give us great football. It's like the Big Ten.
You know why you doubt the AFC North? It's because the Browns are part of the AFC North. That's why. To be fair, this year, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was down because of the Steelers. To be honest with you, 100%. I'll tell you what, I'm not comfortable with my team this year, but I'll tell you what, they're better than the fucking Browns. They're gonna make the playoffs. Who do they play this week? Who?
The Steelers.
The Steelers. We play the Rams this week. Remember? I'm trying to go to that game.
That's right. They're probably gonna win that game. We'll talk about it quick.
I don't think they're gonna win that game.
They'll probably win that game.
I don't have confidence.
Mike Tomlin.
I don't. I'm very uncomfortable with the offense.
Yeah, I would be too. But now they're getting Deontay back, so that's another weapon for and Firemuth. So there you go. Pick it.
That doesn't mean shit if they're not going to call my place to the fucking ball. What is that?
This is the kind of energy that's going to help us segue.
I will say up front, I personally think that the Steelers' offense is one of the most equipped offense in the fucking league. We have the worst, just Oh God, I can't.
Okay. Hold on. Save that energy because we're gonna segue into caveman rants. Naro, this is your stage. Go ahead and go off, Queen.
My rant this week, Queen. Yeah. My rant this week is about the fucking refs. Holy shit! Now, I can't stand it. It's been getting really, really bad. It wasn't too bad in like the late 90s, the early 2000s. There was a couple, tuck rule, things like that were kind of like, right? But like really it started to get bad in the mid 2010s. Like that's when like reffing started to get really fucking bad. I cannot stand how bad the calls are. Now, I will be the first to tell you. I understand that being a ref out there on the field during all that chaos, it's wild. So, yes, there are some things here and there that you're gonna miss. Some tugs of the jerseys, some holdings that you can't see the whole line. You're gonna miss some holds here and there. I understand that shit. And that aside, you can't miss blatant shit all the fucking time. It's not like it's every once in a blue moon. It's all the fucking time. Every single game, every single week, there is ridiculous calls, non-calls, like just like a ref will be staring at like an offensive pass or a defensive pass interference. They'll just be staring at it and call nothing, right? Like when a PI happens or something crazy happens that a ref will miss, right? And you hear in the background on the TV, from the fans in the stadium, 90% of the time, like when it's a really loud one, like, guys, what are we fucking doing? There's no way you missed that shit. I was at the Steelers game, and there was a blatant, just an absolute blatant defensive pass interference on Pickens in the end zone. Like the guy didn't turn around at all. He just was like all over fucking Pickens and just ran him over. And they called it a non-catchable ball, but it was only non-catchable because Pickens couldn't get back to the fucking ball because he was getting tackled. Like, this shit is insane. Here's where my rant is gonna have a little solution. I've been thinking about this for fucking years, by the way. Thinking about this for years, and I really, honestly, I hope that the NFL adopts it because I think it's such a fucking two things. I think it's so fucking smart, and I think it would make the game so much better, and it would hold an accountability on refs better. One, I think that the refs need to be fined. I get it that if they are not, that is not their actual job. Like, these refs aren't refs for their fucking life. They have day jobs, and then they go to these games, and it's like a side gig. Now, they get paid okay money for it. Like, you're a ref of a professional fucking football team or football league, so you get paid. It's the biggest grossing fucking thing in the entire world, right? Other than soccer, right? So but there needs to be a consequence for refs, not just they're never gonna ref playoff games. Okay, what about regular season games? Those fucking matter too, numbnuts. Like, there needs to be some type of fine or consequence for refs for making bad calls. Like, New York needs to be like, yeah, that shit was fucking terrible. Here's a fucking, I don't know, $1,000 to $2,000 fine because, they're only refs. My second thing, and I think this one is a little bit more acceptable and a plausible way to fix the problem. There needs to be another challenge flag for penalties. The fact that there has not been some type of created challenge for penalties yet is mind-fucking-boggling to me, right? There needs to be 2 fucking challenge flags in their coach's pocket. They need a red flag, and they need, I don't know, fucking lime green. Pick a fucking color. I don't give a shit, right? And it needs to work just like a challenge, right? You get 1 challenge a half, okay? If you lose the challenge, you lose the timeout. If you don't lose the challenge, right, you keep your fucking challenge, and you, like, like on a fucking missed pass interference or dumb ass, I don't know, fucking holding call that wasn't there or something like that. One challenge a fucking half. They need to have a challenge for penalties because this is getting out of hand, especially important games, divisional games, conference games, playoff games. Like there needs to be some type of, hey, we need this. That should not like I think 2 years ago the Raiders and the Bengals game, right, where the whistle was blown dead and everyone stopped and Joe Burrow still threw the fucking ball. And technically, under the rules of the NFL, when the whistle is blown, whether it's an accident or not, the play is over. They reviewed it and they still counted it as a fucking touchdown. That is against the rules, right? The whole fucking what was it, Vikings and Saints situation, right? 5 years ago. It's getting out of hand. There needs to be some fucking way to fix this shit because it's. But you know what? Whatever. It's a fucking big organization and all they do is fucking money, so they're just gonna do what the fuck they want anyway. So.
Oh, whoa!
Hey!
Hey, you need to watch your fucking mouth. All right, Nara. We see everything. Okay. We see every fucking thing. All right, dude. All right, flag. I got a flag for your ass right here. See this flag?
That's
for you. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Too many fucking men on the field. All right, we see everything. Okay, we don't miss anything. Okay, you're right. We aren't unionized, and we're never gonna be. You know why? Because we get to make whatever calls we want and not get penalized for it. Fuck you, Naro.
Fucking crazy, dude.
I love it.
That's why.
You need to look at me when I'm talking to you too. By the way.
Where am I looking? That way? What are we doing here?
Right here. What do you mean?
Put him up.
I'm looking right at you. Are you serious?
I'm looking right at you.
I'm looking right at you.
Look, do you not fucking see me looking at you?
Get the fucking shit out of here. Stupid ass refs. Oh. Fucking mad.
Way to get into character for the rant. That shit was
Got
funny.
you, guys. I got you. No, I'm pissed as hell too, dude. Like I said with that fucking Niner game, dude. It was personal foul, necessary roughness, hit to a defenseless receiver, and the guy knew that he wasn't going to catch the ball, and went ahead and started tucking to brace himself for a hit. And the hit, there was no helmet contact. It was a shoulder to shoulder, and dude popped right up and they threw a flag. And it was on 3rd and 10, and it would have been 4th and 10 for the Browns. They ended up getting that first down, getting the field goal at the end to go up 19-17. Most of history, but like, it's little shit like that. It's the stuff in the Chargers fucking Cowboys game, dude. Like, I swear there was a memo sent out like, all right, we got to counter like all the negative non-calls that happen in Sunday Night Football. We're gonna call them on Monday. Like, they were saving the flags for Monday.
Fucking the Chargers Cowboys game was wild, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I've never seen that.
Crazy.
So many flags, man.
Absolutely insane.
It
It's
was
like every single
terrible.
fucking play.
Yeah.
I only see that amount of laundry at the laundromat, dude, over here at Lucy's, bro.
I think the refs had
crazy.
more playing time than the fucking actual players in that game.
Possibly.
They were like,
refs
this is our
have always
chance,
been-
guys. Let's get on TV.
Yeah. I mean, the refs have always been an issue.
Yeah.
It's something that needs to be addressed. It's been long overdue. And
I definitely think, Naro, your solution, bro, they need to have repercussions. Because right now, I mean, like in baseball, so they just leave people off of like World Series? They don't care. They don't really. I mean, only Angel Hernandez cares. He thinks it's racist, but like, you're still getting paid. You're still getting, being able to ref games. Like, no one gets. I can't remember the last time a ref has been suspended from reffing. Do you guys recall that?
no.
No, they'll just get taken out of like that.
Wasn't that NBA guy investigating because he had a burner? I forgot what that NBA ref was. Like he was a Celtics fan, and they were investigating him for trying to.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with him. I know Tim O'Donohue got the shaft but he was betting on basketball games that he was officiating. Like, that's different.
Yeah.
But if you're bad at your job, I guess refereeing is is the best occupation for someone who's bad at their job that gets to do, because you don't get any repercussions, dude. You get to keep your job and you get promoted sometimes.
They have so much fucking. They have so much power. Here's how much power they have. If New York does call in something that is different, who's gonna know? Who's gonna fucking know? They'll just fucking make a no call anyway.
I hate this, like, not wanting to step on each other's toes because someone made a bad call. Like, let's get the calls right. How about, like I said, let's have a game where the calls are right. If you have to overchange a call, then you overchange a call. As long as the call's right, who cares?
Right. I mean, do the right thing, right? But like you said, there needs to be repercussions, and hopefully in our lifetime we're going to see some sort of change in the referee system, because right now it's not working, man.
Yep.
You know who has the authority to do something is the Players Association. If anyone's going to be able to do something, it's going to be the Players Association.
100%.
Unionize the refs, man. Make them full time. Just do it. That should motivate them to want to be better at their jobs. To be honest with you, I know there's a lot to see in a game. I umpire too, but like that's the reason why I started umpiring, was because I wanted to be the difference. I wanted to make the change. I wanted to be out there making the calls.
Okay, Batman.
Fucking cameras, dude. Like that's what review.
There's too much technology, bro. Like you can't keep getting these wrong.
There you go.
There's too many resources. Like it's inexcusable at this point.
Yeah, but then they're gonna start calling they're gonna come out with the bullshit. Oh, we're gonna be slowing down the game. You already fuck up the game anyway with the kickoffs. Don't fucking piss me off more. Just figure this shit out right.
We're not going anywhere as fans. We're gonna watch these games no matter what.
The problem.
Yeah,
that's
I'm saying it's a problem, but it's also a way of being like, well, we're going to slow the games down. People are going to stop watching. No, we're not.
No, it's not going to happen.
Really.
Even when the
calls are.
Even when Kaepernick was kneeling, everyone's like, I'm going to stop watching football. It's like, no, you didn't. You're still watching. You're just bitching about it on Twitter at the time.
Could you imagine if we had this show when that happened? That would have been wild.
Oh, would have been fun, right? But great rant, Naro.
Attaboy, Naro.
Zach coming in with a referee outfit. Hilarious, man. I love it.
I had to pull out of the closet, but
I wish Francis was here to see that, but let's go ahead and move on. We got some time. We're moving on to our fantasy football. Cave Fantasy Football League came into week 6. Got some matchups going. Let's go ahead and run down the scores. Okay, CD's Nuts losing to Slime Bucket 135-98. Slime Bucket, one of the top scorers in the league, 5-1. I give him his first
auto pick.
Auto pick. Gordon Bombay losing to Crumbling Herb 152. Damn, dominating win. Legit Naro. I mean, you're in there. You know, I've been watching you. You're in there. It's just there's some things that are just screwing you over. Losing to Zach over here 111.72.
Turd Ferguson got you, man.
I really don't think that I'm gonna win more than 2 games this season with us. Like it was such a bad. I had no idea what I was doing with this. Again, this is the format I've never been able to like.
I mean,
I have no idea.
There's 3.
Would you say you're the Cleveland Browns of our league?
I would say that I'm the. No, I would say that I'm the maybe the Carolina Panthers of this league.
Oh, come on. Give yourself a little more credit than that. But yeah, you are the Carolina Panthers.
Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings. But hey, it's a 3-way tie right now. There's 3 1-5 teams. Anything can happen. I'm starting to think for the 1-5 team, whoever is at the bottom, you're going to have to wear a dress to Disneyland as your punishment. Would be hilarious. We'll see.
I'm not fucking easy.
You guys sell lemonade on your street corner.
In a dress.
Kind of dresses too.
Jarrell's Mask losing to Hit Squad PQ with a commanding win 133.14. Francis probably got to change his name because Jarrell's Mask.
Is that why he's not here? Like, is it because he took a shot L's this weekend? Damn,
man. And
I'm not gonna say it, but
fucking roasted him, bro.
France is going to come back with a vengeance on the next episode. Let's just be ready for that, right? He's going to come.
It's all chill, bro. It's okay. You got your laughs in last week.
It's all right.
I love it.
Johnny Lance versus Fornicate. That's me, 140-166. I'm glad he pulled through because Before then, maybe he was watching an episode. I was like, dude, you got injured people. Please pick up some people, because nothing annoys me the most when you play someone who doesn't fix their rosters.
I said that might come back to bite you. It almost did. That dude would have beat. He would have beat 7 other teams this week.
You know what? I was actually down for the most part of our matchup until the Monday night game came on, and Keenan Allen and Brendan Aubrey fucking saved me.
Just enough to win. Jesus.
Yeah, just enough to win. Hey, winning's winning.
It's hard to win fantasy football games, dude.
Thanks, Toretto. Before we turn over from our fantasy football, Zach, you have any waiver wire gems or people that should, deserve to be dropped? Fill us in on that.
Oh, so hopefully everybody picked up Jordan Mason from the Niners. He looks to have the fast track to the starting running back spot. And that was going into yesterday's waiver period. Reports came out today that McCaffrey's injury isn't deemed to be serious, so it might not have been that number one pick that you wanted, or might have thought you would have had 12 hours prior. But still a good option. He looked good coming into that game against that stout Cleveland Browns defense. Elijah Mitchell is a guy too behind CMC in the past and has filled in nicely, but all signs are pointing to Mason taking over that. We had the injury to running back from the Rams. Mm-hmm. Was that Kyron Williams? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's out. So I believe Zach Evans is also injured. So Myles Gaskin got picked up today by the Rams, and they also signed Donta Foreman to compete for that job. I saw some people making some claims for Darrell Henderson. Seems like no one knows who's going to be taking over that running back room for this week.
Currently, they're saying Zach Evans is going to be the lead back.
So he is going to be able to play. I saw he was questionable earlier. So, he's probably the guy to go with for this week. In some leagues, I had to bite the bullet because of the running back injuries, and I ended up dropping Jackson Smith and Jigba, which I feel like it's time to drop him. It looks like the Seahawks are only going to focus on Lockett and Metcalf. So if you're able to have that luxury to be able to drop him, maybe pick up a defense you want to get for next week, or backup quarterback since we got bye weeks, I think you're pretty safe to drop JSN. Unfortunately, he was a player I was looking at for quite a while. Obviously, Jordan Addison, you want to have him with JJ being out in Minnesota. I picked up the Buccaneers defense this week. They're playing Atlanta, and I think that could be a sneaky start at defense. Tight end, still a cesspool. Pat Freiermuth is a guy I've always liked, and he's coming off a bye and might be in there to get some targets. Naro, I know you're shaking your head, dude, but sometimes you got to let the Muth loose. So hopefully the Steelers do that.
I want him to let him loose.
Okay. All right, cool. Cool. You just don't trust Canada, right?
I don't trust him, man. I think.
Yeah.
It sucks, dude. It really sucks because the Steelers really do have fucking weapons all over the place, and they just can't.
They do.
True.
They do.
True, they do. So Deontay Johnson might be available in your player pool. Add him immediately. That's a guy that had a lot of upside coming in, and you never know what you're going to get. I also dropped Tutu Atwell. I think it's the Cup and oh my bad. I think it's the Cup and Nakua show there. So yeah, quarterbacks. There's a lot of good quarterbacks on buys. You could look to Gardner Minshew. I know it was the worst game of his career last week, but he's a guy that a lot of people believe in, and he's easy to buy in for based on his track record in the past. But yeah, if I wouldn't say don't give up on Purdy just yet. I think the circumstances under that game on Sunday played a big factor into that. But he's a Monday night start, so if you're like me and sometimes like to get those Monday night players just to have like a last ditch effort of like if I need certain points, that's what I can root for on Mondays. I go that route. They're playing Minnesota. Don't think it'll be a shootout because I think the Niners defense will rebound, but I definitely think they're going to have something to prove here in all the noise from this week. So look for Brock Purdy to bounce back this week.
Nice. Well, there you have it, guys. Fantasy football. If you need any of those players, if they're still available in your league, they're worth picking up in case you need that spark in that offense. Thank you, Zach, for filling us in on that. Now we're moving on to our sports picks. Francis can't be here, but hey, maybe he's going to make a special appearance right now. I want to see what his pick is. I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
I love it.
Sports picks. Let's see.
What up,
I don't know what his
everybody?
pick
It's your
was.
boy,
There he is.
Francis, aka Slava Medvedenko, in the Discord. Sorry I can't be with y'all tonight on this week's episode of Cave Sports Football Edition. Real quick, I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that's been tailing my picks of the week. We are currently 6-2, so I hope y'all keep riding with me. This week's pick is going to be Lions money line. They are playing in Baltimore. The line is plus 140 last time I checked. Try to get that bet in as soon as possible because I believe that line is reflective of the Lions running back situation at the moment. But I just think no matter who the running back is, the Lions are going to do their thing. Their offense is way more dynamic. And I feel like the Ravens, they'll keep it close. But ultimately, I think the Lions are going to pull this one out. So I hope you all ride with me. I'll be on next week, and I'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Francis Reyes, let's ride.
Nope.
There you guys have it. Money line plus 140 for the Detroit Lions. Thank you, Francis. Even though he couldn't be here, he took the time to make a video for us, so we appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys have on his picks? You guys have any opinion on what he provided for us?
I do want to add for fantasy, go grab Craig Reynolds if he's available. There's some rumblings that Gibbs might not be ready to go.
That is true.
For this game. So Craig Reynolds is another ad option. However, he's right there in the sense of like who's going to be the running back for the Lions. But at the same time, probably won't matter. So I like the Lions this week.
Yeah, good pick. All right, guys. Moving on to week 7. Let's go ahead and take a look at the games. We're at that hour mark, so let's just look at some games on there that we feel is going to be worth watching. What do you guys see here that could be a sleeper win for a team that's expected to lose? You guys see any games here that you want to point out that you're going to be watching and could be action-packed for you, huh?
I see Chicago pulling a win over the Raiders.
Okay.
Oh.
If
It could happen, but I hope not because I'm starting that defense. The Raiders defense, come on.
All right, so definitely like Pittsburgh Rams. Definitely like Chiefs Chargers. That's going to be a burner. But to me, game of the week, Dolphins Eagles.
Yes,
And that's in primetime too, Sunday Night Football.
Exactly.
That one. My second choice for game of the week is the game we were just talking about, Lions Ravens.
that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, and then you got that couple division games mixed in here. You got Atlanta, Tampa Bay, probably will be good. Chargers and Chiefs is going to be good. Cardinals, Seahawks. I think the Seahawks will probably blow them out, but hey, that Cardinals team, if they could show some life like they did beginning of the season, they might be in there. Washington Giants will probably be an ugly NFC East game. And I mean, do I pick the Patriots again? Probably not.
We'll see when we hit the quick hitters. But yeah, I mean, those are. You guys pointed out the same games I was thinking. Obviously, the number one I want to watch
It's a good slate,
Miami against the Eagles. I feel that's going to be a very fun one to watch. Obviously, I'm going to watch my Broncos still play. Who cares?
Hey, that's a shout out to my first ever sports heartbreak. That Super Bowl that they put each other in down in San Diego. Yeah, I was a big Favre fan growing up, and that's the first sports heartbreak I can remember.
The John Elway helicopter.
Yeah, whack.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, yeah, just looking at this, those are definitely the games like I said, I agree with. Those are the ones worth watching unless you're fans of the teams. Obviously, people see these times. All these times are in Eastern, except for the language. Now, moving on to our quick hitters. Quick hitters. Quick hitters. All right, before we start this, Naro, run us down. What were the results from last week's quick hitters?
Last week was really close, other than Zach. Dude, you gotta get some shit figured out, Zach. You had
Yeah,
5 wins last week, dude.
yeah, I know. I went for it.
It was Francis and Proper tied up for 11, and then I came in with 10.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we all got screwed in the Niners game. We all got screwed on the there's another game that we're
Eagles
game. And then we actually all chose the Bolts over the Cowgirls, and we all lost that one too. Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Who would have thought?
I was the only one who chose the Jets, though. So
Yeah, that's actually what got your tie there. To keep you in. That was wild.
nice.
So Proper, me and you both had 2 on the season.
Nice. Okay. Well, when you're ready to write this down, Naro, we're gonna start with our quick hitters. Quick hitters, no analysis, just pick, and let's see what the results are this weekend. First game, Jacksonville versus the New Orleans Saints. I'm riding with. I'm gonna go with Jacksonville here.
Same.
Jags versus Saints.
Yeah.
I'll go with the Jags.
All right.
Yeah.
Then Francis, he can just chime in later on with his picks if he wants to. Next up, we got Buffalo versus New England. I got the Bills winning that. They're gonna bounce back from that horrible offensive display, despite those refs and all the shitty calls, right? But I think, I got Buffalo.
Yep, Buffalo.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta go with Buffalo. You can't choose Pats anymore.
Detroit versus Baltimore. I got Detroit winning
This
that one.
is good game, guys.
Good football here. I'll go Baltimore.
Hike it, chuck it, football.
I said I like Detroit. I actually don't like Detroit. I like Baltimore. Sorry,
All right,
Francis.
so Proper, you're going Detroit on this one?
Yep.
Oh goodness, I don't even know where to go with this one. On a whim, I'm just gonna go eeny, meeny, miny, Detroit.
Damn, after all that shit I talked about being the best team in the NFL, I got them losing this week.
Oh my god, I really
fuck
think
it,
that Baltimore
whatever.
can do it though. That's wild.
Yeah, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going Baltimore.
Commanders versus the Giants. I got the Commanders.
Commanders.
The Giants could very much, resurrect from last week. That defense, who knows? But I got Commanders. Maybe Brian Robinson Jr. gonna run all over them.
Yeah, I'll go with the Redskins. I refuse.
Let's bleep that out in post.
Yeah. Gonna get us canceled after a week.
Post.
6 episode, right? 6 episodes in, we got canceled.
Yep.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so that's it for quick hitters.
That's
Safe
a
Flight
quick-
Candle.
quick hitters.
I'll go with Washington.
Falcons versus the Bucks. Ugh.
The Bucks.
Yeah, I'm going with Bucks on this one.
I'm going with the Falcons on this one.
Of course
Okay.
you are. Of course you are, Nara.
I really don't know who to go with. I think the Bucks are probably gonna win, but I'm going. That was a win pick. I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's
the
fine.
Cleveland Massage Parlor versus.
I take that back. I'm going with the Bucks. I couldn't do it. I couldn't commit. I hate the I couldn't do it.
That's funny.
Cleveland versus Indy. I'm going
Give
Cleveland.
me the Browns.
Get that win and get that happy ending, Deshaun Watson.
Hey,
Yikes.
I'm going with the
Raiders
Browns.
versus the Bears. I got the Raiders.
I could so see the
I'm going Bears.
I could so see the Bears winning this game too.
They could, but
It really just depends on.
it also depends if Fields is playing.
It also depends on how Garoppolo is doing too. I'm gonna go with the Raiders though.
All right, the Battle of the Birds. Cardinals versus the Seahawks. Seahawks.
Give me the Hawks.
Give me the Hawks.
Pittsburgh versus the Rams. Naro, we already know who you're going with. You know what?
I'm going to go Rams.
Yeah, I
I
think
can
I'm going with
easily
Rams
go
on
with
this
the Rams.
one. Rams home game. I think so with Cooper Kupp.
It's going to be a Steelers home game.
It is going to be Steelers home games, but it's always the Steelers home game.
It's embarrassing for these LA teams, man. Like their home
Not
fans
embarrassing.
don't really show up, man.
No, because they can make their whole season ticket package back if they sell like 2 games. So I don't knock the hustle. It's unfortunate, but money talks, baby.
Yeah. Chargers versus the Chiefs. This is a home game for the Chiefs. So
Wait, you went Rams, right?
Yeah, Rams. I got Rams.
I went Rams. Yeah.
Where
Where are you going, Nara?
Oh man, I could go with the Chiefs.
No, what are you going for? Steelers, Rams.
That's uncomfortable because
What do you mean?
The Steelers, but I really don't see us winning that game, dude. I really don't.
You could,
Bro.
I mean, you guys
Coming
could,
off a bye.
Oh shit! I don't know. We did go into the stretch last year destroying people. So
I think Firemouth's gonna get like 2 tugs in this one. So
oh my god, I fucking hope
2
he does. I haven't
tuggies.
hit Booth in so fucking long.
The
Luth is
moose
getting 2 tugs.
is loose. Okay.
All right, Chiefs. I got the Chiefs.
Wait, hold on. Is he going to get more tugs than the quarterback from Cleveland? Over under on that.
Yeah, tugging.
Sorry. Yeah, again, that's it for Cave Sports. We'll see you in jail.
We'll be reporting in jail.
Yeah.
We'll let you know if we're going to be back next week. We don't really know yet.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitter first.
That's all because Francis left.
So yeah, okay. Let's Chiefs. Everyone chose Chiefs, right?
Yep, Chiefs.
Vikings versus the 49ers.
49ers.
I feel like that the Chiefs and the I'm going with the Niners. I feel like the Chiefs game is not going to be as easy of a game as everyone thinks it's going to be. The Chargers are a decent team when they play consistent. And it's a divisional game, and the Chiefs aren't always looking beautiful. So I really see that the Chargers could win that. If you guys are betting on an upset, that could be one of the upsets to take.
So you're picking Chargers?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs for this. But
You know what? Give me the Chargers. Fuck it. Give me the Chargers.
stop it, for real.
Yeah, give me the Chargers.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. And then we all chose the 49ers. Green Bay at Denver.
Give me Green Bay.
Give me Green Bay. That's another guy, by the way, guys. If you were having trouble in the quarterback position,
Jordan Love?
Jordan Love is not a bad quarterback, and Denver isn't always fantastic. So
I would also start both Green Bay running backs in this game. So if you're waiting for that A.J. Dillon game, don't miss out this week. I think it's the A.J. Dillon game. And start the whole Packers. Start them all.
And what I believe might be the game of the week, Miami versus Philly. I got Miami in this one. I feel like
give me the snowflakes.
snowflakes.
Yeah, from Ace Ventura.
The snowflakes. I forgot. That's what his name was.
And it's funny because the end of that game, Ace Ventura punches the mascot for the Eagles.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so I'm sure we'll clip something for the socials this week for that game. And
yes, we
oh man, if the Dolphins win that game, we will be tweeting out that clip and sharing it on all social media because
Lace out.
It's gonna be funny if like we could put. Oh, I already have an idea. This is for later. This is for offline. Yeah. This is gonna be hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, I got the Dolphins winning that. Everyone. Yeah.
Oh wait. Did Francis want to make this pick? I gotta ride with my boys, the Eagles, man. Fly, Eagles, fly. I love it.
We got Julio Jones. He's gonna get like
he might make an impact in this game.
I could definitely see him making a big impact in this game.
Yeah. If I know anything about my Eagles, It's that we're not going to make the same mistake over and over again. Jeez Louise, guys.
Well, there you guys have it. The quick hitters. We finished that. That pretty much wraps it up for us. Sports. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you want to continue the conversation, join our Discord and dive deeper into the cave where we further discuss whatever we discussed in sports. We have member-exclusive events, gaming tournaments, and exclusive giveaways. You can find the link k4v3.com and make sure to check us out at k4v3.com/5P0RT5. That's sports. Also, before I let you guys go, don't forget to check out SafeLightCandle.com. Stay lit without burning down the house. It's been a pleasure being here with you guys tonight. I'm your host, Proper, joined by my other host, Legit Naro, and Feel the Burn, aka Ref. Great episode. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
You're
You heard?